Actually, the reason why we do this topic today, we had something else to do. But I made a post last week, and after that post, we got quite a lot of feedback. Several people having same kind of experience, and that's why we chose to have a topic related to the scams or things that kind of resemble scam on the Facebook groups. And it happened, I would say, in our group as well. It's not like what happened in our group isn't really a scam, but we want to even avoid that kind of situation. So let's get into the topic. I'll tell more. So hopefully you can take your um, information and take your tips from this video and in the future use it. I'll give also some advices what you can do through us. So let's start it. Today's topic is scam. So it means someone try to cheat with you or cheat you and then run away with your money or run away with your product. So actually, this is not something new. 2 or 3 years before, same thing happened in one of the other groups. There was a person who was selling his iPhone for really cheap, something around like 10,000 yen or something like that. It was brand new iPhone, and he was asking the bank transfer. And one of the students from Hokkaido University, he did it. He did the bank transfer without getting the item first, and the guy later blocked him, which is quite usual in internet most times. It's kind of a one of the way of doing scam, and now he doesn't have money and doesn't have the phone as well. So that caused a problem. And later, something similar happened with in another group where a guy was trying to sell his brand new MacBook for 50,000 yen. Again, there was a bank transfer, I think. And then again, the bank transfer was done. Then the guy blocked the person and then no money and no MacBook. So these are the kind of a usual scam that you have to avoid or you have to understand that's happening in the internet. So it's actually quite easy. If the person is in Sapporo, just ask them to meet. All right. So, but in these cases, it actually I also bought the same kind of a situation, but in my case, it happened a bit different. So what happened is I bought a PC in a group, the same kind of the guy. I checked the guy in, but in my case, another groups, and I PC post about him group, and then the same kind of the guy. He told me the price, and I asked him to package the item, show me the picture in the post that he has sent, and then I'll pay him the money, and that's how we did it, and everything was quite smooth. Even I did it with someone who is in US, and everything was pretty smooth. So if you know what you do, there is really less risk that you will take. But I think most times people get emotional and they get just blinded with this new iPhone or new something that they're going to get into their hand for a really good price. They just lose the patience and then they directly jump into the deal and then they get scammed. So this is what's happening most times. What happened in our group is kind of a bit different. So I already posted about it, but if you haven't checked it, if you haven't seen it, the thing goes on like this. You are selling something and someone reserves it. And when the day comes to pick, they start bargaining. And most time people sell when they are going either to move to another city or they're even going to go back to their country. So let's say you have just 2 days left. There was a guy who was going to come and pick your bed or TV or a sofa. And now he says, make it this price or otherwise I don't want to take it because I cannot take it for this reason. And you are like, no, we have negotiated, and you said they start. Yeah, sorry, but I think now I can't. And most time, and as he didn't pay for the item, and as he doesn't get the item yet, and he's not returning even item, or even going. So he'll be like, I didn't get it from you. I didn't cause any trouble. I didn't steal your item, so it's okay to do like this. and it's called negotiations. And to me, it's just another way of scamming with people, which is using their situation and trying to cheat them, because now they have nowhere to run. Let's say if you're going back to your country the day after tomorrow, you have so many stuff to do, right? I don't talk only about like putting all your stuff in a luggage and then going back to the country. I mean, you have to do like all cancellation of agreements. If you're a student, you have to at the university do all these cancellations or do all the paper documents. And then maybe you have friends, then you need to meet with them and then have farewell party, kinda. So there are so many stuff that you need to do. It's already quite stressful, right? And then in the middle, when there's a guy who is becoming not solution, but additional stress for whole this situation, you'll just get frustrated. And their expectation is that you'll get frustrated and you'll say, yes, okay. Let's get it. If you want for this price, let's say you said 5,000 and now he's asking it for just 2,000. Of course, it's no brainer that if it would be a normal situation, you wouldn't sell it for that much. But now you're in a hurry and the guy is willing to take, but he's willing to take for really less price. And you have no time to negotiate, because as soon as you say no, it will just go away. And then you'll have difficulty to find someone else who will buy you, right? So that's why now you're in a very tough situation and people use it a lot. And actually, the opposite also is possible. Like, you need something and you are talking with the person and he says, come and pick this day. And after 5 days, or I don't know, several days, you don't hear anything from him. And when you write to him, he's like, sorry, someone else asked it for a better price, or sorry, my friend asked for it, now I have given it to him. And now you are, of course, it's the same situation, right? He'll be like, okay, I didn't take your money, right? So you can have your money in your pocket and buy from someone else. But you can't explain them, this is like cold Sapporo, and now you have to move to a new apartment, maybe where you don't have bed to sleep on or mattress to sleep on, or I don't know, like gas stove that you need to cook. Now it's cold outside, or gas heater. So it is the opposite side of the medal. You are now in a tough situation because you have money in your hand, but you can't take the item because the person who promised you just cheat you. Have money in a different way. So this is something that both sides can face with. So the post that I got from the person, like on a chat room messages screenshot, actually it was quite long and a lot. I got something around 12 pictures, I think. But I didn't want to bother with all those information. Just put I think the most kind of a crucial part, where people's mindset is fixed that if I don't take your item, it's okay, because I didn't take your item and then didn't return to you or didn't pay you money. So that's not cheating. In their case, it's just trying to negotiate. And in their way, this is called negotiation. They didn't see it in another way. But when you think the situation, it's quite a fishy situation, right? So someone is trying to cheat using your situation as their advantage. So why scams happen? Because people trust each other in this community, in this group. I don't want to say there are a lot of them, but there are people who are not thinking the same way that you do. We are coming from different cultures, from different backgrounds, from different countries. Of course, we'll have differences, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't have empathy. We shouldn't have understanding of each other's situation. Because if you are going to cheat someone who is going to leave, tomorrow you will leave, and someone else could do it the same thing with you. And you have to understand that you could be in the same shoes with the person that you're trying to cheat now. So we are trusting each other because in Japan, we all are gaikokujin or gaijin, right? So gaijin means an outside. We all are in one bunch. They don't differentiate, they don't separate us. Oh, you are from Malaysia, you're from Pakistan, you're from France, you're from US. We all are in one bunch. And when people from one country do this to someone else, it becomes kind of a tag to that community. So in general, we do trust to each other because we are foreigners. We think we have something common, which is we are not Japanese. So we try to help to each other. That's why these kind of groups that we have also does exist, right? So it's helping to get together people with same kind of background in one or another way. And when we do trust to each other, these kind of scams happen. So most time, the reason why scam happens is we are trusting the person in front of us, and the person is using it for his advantage. So I would say, yes, if you would be in your country, would you trust to every person from your country? I guess not, right? So here in Japan, we are trying to survive, trying to live, and then someone from another country or from because most time if people from your own country, the community is too small, so people try to avoid that kind of stuff. But if it is from another country, then people can distance and say, maybe I don't care about this person from this who I never met. I'm just going to meet him or her just once, and it's okay to do this kind of stuff. But we do trust each other, and as a group admin and also as a founder of twoguysin.com, that's not what we want. I'm talking on behalf of our team. We want to create. We don't want to create a community where it's okay to cheat, it's okay to take advantage over other people, because we think as foreigners, we have worth. We are quite valuable in being in Japan as a foreigners, and we can give something back. And I wouldn't like as a foreigners to have a bad name. Like on Monday, I was stuck in the snow in the Kita 30, and there were some Japanese people who came and started talking with me, trying to help. And there was one of them, he said, "Oh, you seem quite good foreigner. You speak Japanese, you are nice. Sometimes foreigners can be weird." And then he started telling me some situation that happened with him. And I'm like, sorry, where this guy was from, do you think? He said, I don't know. So I started asking more questions, and I find out that the guy doesn't know too much about this foreigner, but he's generalizing over that foreigner, all foreigners, because that foreigner was the only foreigner that he has met in Sapporo for a long time, and he thinks that all of the foreigners are like that. So when you are doing something, please think twice. Don't think that, oh, it's only me, and it's only you, or it's only the person in front of me, and it's done. Because Sapporo is a small place, and mouth word is quite fast. And if you are doing something bad, it will spread quite fast, and everyone will know about it. And then you will have a bad image, not only yourself, but also your community where you are from. So if you are from Asia, you'll have a bad image of Asian people. If you are from Africa, you'll have bad image of African people. If you are from Europe, in some kind of particular European country or African country, you'll have bad image of your country. If you'll be in US, you'll have some kind of bad image of the people from US. Because Japanese are generalizing all foreigners, and for them, it doesn't matter that much. They are putting that tag on everyone. And inside the community, we, because of our background, we are kind of separating each other. Oh, these people are from Asia, these people are from Europe, these people are from Africa, and we are from Middle East and kind of stuff. And then you will tag all of them, and you'll say, these people are this way because I have met one or two people, and they did it to me, or this to someone from my community or from people around me. So it means they all are like this. So please think twice when you are trying to take advantage over someone. Don't think that it's only you. It's your community, it's your country, and it's your people. And when you're doing something bad, it's affecting your group. So people will try to avoid to deal with other members and other people who you know, because they'll be like, like my enemy's enemy is my enemy, kind of, or my enemy's enemy is my friend. So with that perspective, people try to see who is who, and then try to relate to each other and make connections. So if you are having a bad image, your community is having a bad image. As a result, your community is having tough time because of 2 or 3 people like you who did something bad. So this is what I wanted to share as my expression, kind of a feelings toward this situation. I don't want this thing to happen in the group from now on. We have thought some actions that could help you. So now I want to share some of them with you and then move on. So the most conventional way, as I said, if someone is asking about something in the group, check their group history. You can just write the person's name in the group and see with whom he has dealt and what was the feedback. Maybe you can also even ask the people who they have been talking, because they will write, I have PM'd you, kind of. So ask if they came and picked it or not, if they paid for the item or not, if they gave the item or not. And then based on that, then you can switch to the person who you are talking and tell him you want to give him the item or you want to pay for the item or not. So the best way is checking the group history. Check if there is something in the group. It will help a lot to find out if the person is reliable, trustworthy or not. The previous 2 stories that I talked about, like iPhone case, both profiles were new profiles. Those people, even though they were in the group, they were outside Japan. In our group as well, sometimes we approve people who are outside Japan. The reason is, I have, like, when I see someone from outside Japan, I write to them, why do you apply to a group in Hokkaido? And they say, oh, like, I got a job, I'm going to study, or I have something to do in Sapporo. That's why I'm coming. So I wanted to be in the group. Before I come, I want to have some arrangements. And then I approve these people. So in the group, you need approval to be able to get into the group. But if you want to make a post, that doesn't need approval. You can just post it and it will be automatically there. What we ask all the time from the group members, we are trying to be as democratic as possible as a group admins. Just tell us if there's a kind of a scam or if there's something that you really need to report, and then we'll check it. And if it is not appropriate, we'll just ban it, remove it from the group. So this is, I would say, the simplest way how to deal with this kind of situation. Check the person's group history, and you can also check the person's main profile. See when the profile was created. If it is very new profile, there's high probability that it could be a scam. Check person's profile pictures. If there's no face, you don't see any kind of a real life person pictures, probably there could be something fishy. So be a bit cautious about this kind of situations. Get into the person's personal stuff to know what's going on. So in the future, you don't have that kind of problems. The post that I got from that lady, she said that the people who wrote to her, most of them were from same community. Just these 2 guys, men, they tried to take advantage, and she didn't like it. So she said, please, I don't want to put the names. It's up to you, but please make something so that people will understand my situation and maybe they'll avoid this kind of situations in the future. And as soon as we put the post on the group, we got more like feedback from the people that we also had the same, something like that. So please, if you are trading something or if you want to buy something, another method, write details of the stuff. And then when you negotiate at the end, have some kind of end results. Date of the pick, price of the pick, if they will come to pick the item by car or they will come by the subway. And if they are going to cancel, until what time they should tell you if they are going to cancel. Have this stuff aligned at the end of the chat so that they cannot later try to do something weird under the name of negotiation, right? So you will guarantee that the person is clear with the whole situation and he cannot have something like that. The bad part of the Facebook is there is no guarantee system, right? So you cannot get some deposit kind of, and if the person isn't coming to pick, at least you can dump your stuff with that money in a worst case, right? So you don't pay money from your own pocket. Facebook doesn't allow it. Actually, Facebook doesn't started not allowing a lot of stuff. Like the post that about that scam, I put 2 times because first time Facebook blocked it, didn't let me to post that post. And second time I changed some contents, then it allowed me. So Facebook isn't that much useful for the trade of secondhand items, but people do use it because Facebook is a really good tool for communication. So that's why people use it. We having 2 gaijin is trying to replace the parts that Facebook doesn't allow or doesn't give. Right now, we are doing like delivery. Actually, we stopped delivery until April 1st because our drivers are going to graduate. We need new drivers. If you have a driving license, we are welcoming you. So just please contact with us. We would be really happy to work with you. And we got a lot of orders for the March, so that's why we stopped doing delivery. But delivery was something that Facebook couldn't give. We were giving it. And we are trying to also bring out some solutions for like putting more your stuff on more platforms, not only on the Facebook, but also on the WeChat, on our website, and advertising it on the Facebook page. So you'll have more reach. So item could be sold faster. Because if you put on the group, it's just the group members, right? And if you think that on the other 2 groups that are about Hokkaido and selling items of Hokkaido, people more or less are same people. So even if you post on 3 different groups, almost same amount of people will see. And if you put on our website 2 gaijin, we can help you to get another group, another platform where we can advertise your items and you can get your stuff sold. So as 2 gaijin solution, one way is put your items directly by yourself to our website, and then we will help you to deliver it. So because most time people who could come to our website, they are more serious than people who are on the Facebook, because coming to our website means people are really interested. They are switching from something they are comfortable to something new. So, and most time I haven't heard any bad news from the people who are using our website. So 2gaijin.com could be a place where you can post your item and get your item sold and don't have these scam issues. Also on 2gaijin, we have a coin system. If you will evaluate person after the transaction and people will start having more silver or gold coins, then you can evaluate if the person is trustworthy, if the person is coming to the meetings, he's paying for his stuff, or he's just canceling in the middle, or he's just trying to negotiate in the middle. So it can help you to balance the information about the person, not only having the information about like on the Facebook, but also on the 2gaijin platform. Another thing is that you can do we can do for you as a 2gaijin. We can, if you don't want to deal with this kind of situation, you can give us information about your items and we can put it on the behalf of you on 2gaijin.com and try to help you to sell it. As soon as we find people who are interested and we talk with them and we negotiate, let's say, price and everything, and then what's left is negotiate the day and time when they come and pick it up. So 2gaijin can post items on behalf of you on 2gaijin platform. So making your stuff a bit more secure. It's also applicable for the people who are hesitant to be on the social media or on Facebook. Some people just want to go under radar on Facebook groups or page. So they don't post a lot, they don't comment a lot. They just check it maybe just to know what's happening, stuff about their friends, and that's it. So they don't want to be active. So if you are one of those, maybe you are shy, maybe you don't want to be on the front line. You can also send your items, pictures, information to us, and we can post it on tourguiding.com. It's a win-win situation. In your case, you don't need to deal with the people that could kind of try to scam with you. In our case, it's something good for us because number of items on our website is increasing. So it's a win-win situation. You are helping us, we are helping you. As tourguiding, our main purpose is help and help the community we are here. We want to make a very strong community. We see a potential here, and we want to grow this potential. And this kind of situations with the scamming and then trying to take advantage of the people doesn't align with our strategy, doesn't align with our vision about the future of foreigners in Japan. Look, guys, we think there are 3 million foreigners in Japan, and we think that number of those foreigners will increase because Japanese population is decreasing. They will need workforce, and more foreigners will come in. So it means a bigger community, and bigger community will be more problems. Not only scams kind of stuff, language issues, cultural issues, even maybe in some areas there will be oversaturated workforce. They will need to move to somewhere else. Regional, some like even just finding some goods could be difficult for the people. So as a tour guide, we want to prepare for the time when the foreigners will come in, and it will be a chance for us and for you guys as well. If you stay in Japan, you want to have a future in Japan, the future looks bright from a foreigner perspective, and we want to prepare for that. And that's why this tour guiding group is very important for us. We want to create a kind of a family atmosphere here in Japan where you can rely on each other. And this kind of situation kind of doesn't align what we think and what we do. And it kind of hurts a bit because we think that we are here kind of alone. Japan is not, I would say, in some way foreign friend. If you are coming as a tourist, good. If you are coming for working, it's kind of a tough for us. We are more emotional as foreigners most time, and Japanese are more kind of cold, kind of. And some people feel frustrated. Some people feel homesick. Maybe most people feel homesick. Some people feel depressed. Most of the foreigners who live in Japan, after 5 years, they try to go back to their country because they don't feel belonging here. And it's related to the culture, it's related to the language, it's related to people. So there are so many reasons. But this is a very nice people's land, actually. If you can get into the culture, if you can get into this community, it really feels well. You just need to adjust to the local, and it makes some time. And for that, our foreigners community here is a very strong tool, a very strong, way to do that. And we want to create something. Actually, it's already here. We don't need to create a community. We just need to create an atmosphere, an environment where you don't have issues with language, you don't have issues with culture, you don't have issues with people. You can just enjoy your life here in Japan. I think there's more chances here in the future as well. So that's why, please stop trying to take advantage of the people in the group. We are not announcing any names, and we are not giving any kind of penalties, and we are not in that position to do any penalties. We don't want to ban anyone from the group because we think everyone has right to do what they want to do. But your rights has to have a border when my rights start. So we should respect each other in that way. And here in Japan, we should support each other, because if you are helping each other, you are growing together. If you are trying to pull someone down, don't worry, someone else will also pull you down. In my country, I'm from Azerbaijan. In my country, people think you have to help someone if they're in the trouble, because in the future you can also be in the same position, right? And thanks to that understanding, people try to help each other so that you can build on, right? So I don't want to preach. Maybe it will look like a preaching, but I want to show you what is our thoughts, our vision and strategy, and what some group members do doesn't match with what we think. And it is not good in moral side, and it's not good in empathy side, and it's not good in, how to say, even like human side, right? So this is what we wanted to say about this whole situation. I wanted today's topic to be something else, but as we got a lot of feedback, I felt an obligation to talk about it today. So, as if to wrap it overall, scams happen. Most time it's because we trusted someone else. First of all, check the person and then do what you are going to do with the person. And the best way is, if it is in a Facebook group, check the group history, write person's name in the search bar, find the person and see with him he had dealt. And then if it is possible, talk with those people, at least one or two people. If you talk with them, you will have some kind of understanding what kind of person you are going to deal with. And then what are the conventional ways? That's what I said. And don't jump into the deal directly, check the person. And what's two gaijin method? One, you can post your item in the two gaijin website. We can help you. Two, if you don't want to do it, you can send the information to us. We can do it on behalf of you. So you'll have less troubles because we'll be a mediator role. Lastly, our experience. Up until now, we didn't have anything bad happening through our platform, twogaijin.com. Most time, we are connecting the people who knows us to the people who knows us. So both sides know us. That's why they come to twogaijin website, and through us, they are getting connected. And it's quite easy and no issues happen. And if anything happens, you are facing us, not the other person. So we become mediator and hope in the future you'll not need us for being a mediator. It will be just a platform where people meet directly. So this is for tonight. Thank you for listening. Hope it wasn't boring and you learned something and it was interesting.